SighSquad Podcast. I'm Duncan.
I'm Ben.
Hi.
Hi, Brendan. So we're gonna start out like we start out week with every week with our top 5 stories of the week.
Top 5 stores of the week.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Manny Pacquiao beating Thurman this weekend here,
Yeah, he won.
becoming the welterweight
Punched him.
champion by decision. He almost knocked him out. He didn't quite.
Dang.
Being 40 years old and still that, I think is kind of crazy. You know, he's beating Father Time.
He's beating up Father Time? What
Yeah.
What did Father Time do to him, huh?
I'm wondering the same thing, but he's definitely still killing it. He's still got a lot left in the tank from the matchup. I watched the highlights of it, and he's still Manny Pacquiao, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, actually, about Floyd Mayweather and him again. Floyd saying that the only reason that Pacquiao is relevant is because of Floyd, and then Floyd saying the same about Pacquiao.
Yeah, so they're being children.
Basically.
Like all most fighters are.
Yeah. But I don't want to see another Pacquiao Money Mayweather fight.
I mean, I would watch it. Wouldn't you?
It was the last time it broke pay-per-view records for most expensive pay-per-view of all time. So
I'll watch it at your house, Duncan?
I watched it on the downtown streets of Minneapolis by looking into a bar.
Hey, there you go, Brendan. Finding a way. But yeah, I just thought overall it was kind of crazy. That he's still winning. You know? Next, Shane Lowry actually won his first Open at the age of 32. Really young to do it. This weekend, he wasn't projected to win. He was really an underdog in the matchup, but then he got the victory, and it was just crazy to watch him being 32, you know, being not the guy that everybody was picking. Like, Tiger was in there and stuff.
Yeah.
But for Shane to get the win.
I mean, it's just the luck of the Irish.
Ha ha ha.
Because he is an Irish golfer.
You're very funny. But no, I thought it was it's great to see the different people winning championships. You know what I mean? Not the same guy over and over and over. And then taking an 8-year loss and then over and over.
Why do I feel like this is hate towards the Patriots?
What? Next we're going to talk about one of the greatest basketball players ever to play the game. Tim Duncan was announced that he is becoming the assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs. He's going to be behind Greg Popovich. I think it's a really good spot for him. He definitely knows the game of basketball. And it's something to see. Next, we're going to talk about some other knockouts. Greg Hardy, actually, we're going to talk about. He knocked this guy out in under a minute of the first round.
Wait, did he do it legally this time?
Legally this time, yes. So that makes him 2-1, technically 3-0, but 2-1. Me, Ethan, and Nick. Nick was on our first episode or two. Yeah. We actually watched the first fight. This last fight here, not the fight that he just won, but the fight before that. And he should definitely have stayed with fighting his whole career, although he is great in the NFL. He's a much better fighter. So it was crazy to watch how he's developed into a fighter.
Well, you mentioned how he was in the NFL. What's training camp like right now?
Mark Sanchez retired.
We are so sorry about that. He is the only quarterback to defeat both Tom Brady and Peyton Manning besides Joe Flacco.
Really?
Really. And do you know where Joe Flacco is right now? He's a Bronco.
Bronco. I didn't think about it for a second.
Peyton Manning, a Bronco.
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez, former Bronco. The greats, they're all Broncos at some point, let me tell you.
So,
Joe Montana was never a Bronco. Tom
not.
Brady was never a Bronco.
I actually heard he was a Bronco.
No, he wasn't.
O.J. Simpson, he drove a Bronco.
Oh.
But yeah, training camp's going great. You know, everybody's getting the groove of things. Next Thursday is actually the Hall of Fame game. Broncos and the Falcons.
Yeah, that's right around the corner. I'm hyped. I'm so excited.
I'm so
ready for football.
I've been waiting for like the past 200 days.
Right.
I'm just figuring out ways to finesse myself my copy of Madden right now.
If you'd like to
Without
send
money.
us
Yeah.
an advanced
Brendan, what's your
copy
Venmo?
or even a copy of Madden,
I don't have Venmo, but you can PayPal me at brendan.chase, or it might be paypal.brendan.chase.
anyways,
Just
if you'd like
if
to
you
send
see
us
him,
a
throw
copy,
money at him.
yeah, we would love it. We wouldn't argue with you at all.
Nope.
We'll actually let you watch us play if you want to.
Yeah.
And if you want, I could maybe get you some custom embroidery on a hat of yours.
I'll make you a deal, guys. You buy us Madden, you can come on our show. You get a shout out. You can plug anything you want.
Yeah, you can come on our show and be one of our hosts for the week.
And you get a sticker.
And
And
high five.
pin.
Yeah. Think about that.
And Brendan will buy you dinner.
He sure will. But
dinner's cheaper than Madden, so
you're not wrong.
unless we're going to Carnival.
But back to the top 5 of the week. That is our top 5 of the week.
Yay.
But yeah, it was really cool overall. A lot of happy stories. Nothing really too horrible this week. Besides, in basketball, we don't really want to talk about this.
Why not?
But everybody kind of backed out of Team FIBA.
Oh yeah.
USA.
It seems like it's gonna be this amazing dream,
Yeah.
awesome team, and it's like nope.
Everybody dropped out, and then after everybody else dropped out, Zion was like, who signed with Jordan, by the way, officially.
Oh,
Got some Zion Air Force 7s.
is that actually a thing?
No, they're
I want to
not.
buy some.
But after everybody else, he backed out. So this team is going to be really interesting.
Is there anybody left? Kemba
Technically-
Walker, anybody?
Technically, Anthony Davis hasn't backed out yet. But
Anthony Davis should just do it.
Melo's always available. You know, Melo's the greatest Olympic
yeah.
basketball player of all time.
Yo, hit me up, Team USA. I can basketball.
You can basketball?
I can basketball.
You're not that good, Ben.
Shh,
But yeah. That's the top 5 stories of the week. And now, what are we doing next?
Well, we have a couple routes we can take.
All right.
Which would you rather talk about? Punters or lawnmowers?
Lawnmowers. Because we already know the greatest punter of all time is Pat McAfee.
Yeah. I mean, there may be few that you could dispute otherwise. And they're really old, so. But let's talk about lawnmowers.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom, indeed.
I mowed
Lawnmower
my grandma's
racing.
lawn this year.
Did you race somebody with it?
I raced myself.
Did you win?
I think so.
Ooh, good.
Nobody else was racing me, so.
So lawnmower racing has been a sport for a long time.
How long?
I was just gonna Google that. But
We're prepared, we promise.
We're so prepared on this show.
it originated in the South.
Did it?
I could have guessed that. Florida?
I don't think so.
Texas?
Well, there's a lawn mowing association. It's celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. Actually, in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
It has. They race in 43 states.
Really?
Have 55 clubs
That's most of the
and
state.
1,600. You heard that right. 1,600 members.
That's not that bad.
So, when I said the South, I meant Southern United Kingdom.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
The earliest known origin of lawnmower racing is in 1968 when the Ashton-on-Mercy Cricket Club organized a sporting event called Lawnmower Grand Prix. And
Lawnmower Grand Prix.
it was a dash of about 880 yards, and basically they just drove the lawnmowers as fast as they could, and whoever won. Now we have the BLMRA, which is the British Lawnmower Racing Association, which was formed in 1973 by Jim Gavin, and it basically is just what withholds. It's basically NASCAR for lawnmower racing in the United Kingdom.
Do they go left or right?
So they actually do tracks where they do a little bit of
it's like
serpentine.
Left and right?
Wow.
Well,
Left and right.
That's a fancy league. So the rules in the U.S. are that drivers must be part of the association.
Makes sense.
They must be affiliated with somebody in the club, not the OC club. You're close. But we don't sing those songs here on this podcast. That's for a different time. Drivers must be 18 years of age without parent consent, but if you want to drive with parental permission, it starts at 8 years old.
Really?
Yep.
Did that actually say 8?
At 8 years
Holy
old.
fuck.
You just must sign a release that says that the people running the race are not liable
if you
for
kill yourself with a
anything
lawnmower?
at all. Yeah.
Which makes sense though, but you'd also have a great advantage racing against like adults because
You're a rider.
you're super light, and when they do race lawnmowers, they try to ditch as much weight as possible from them, so that way they can go as fast as possible. And they also do a bunch of different tune-ups on the engines and stuff. Like,
I mean, it makes sense. It's like what movie is that? Romeo and Juliet. They do drag racing.
Oh yeah,
You remember that?
That's a good movie.
It's a movie.
They don't even do that with riding lawnmowers.
They do push mowers and they ride.
Yeah, but they have the auto.
Yeah,
the auto drive on them.
So these lawnmowers, right? They have to have their cutting blades completely removed.
Yep.
So you can't mow grass while you're
Damn.
racing. I know.
Oh, but Ethan didn't follow that rule. That's why he's been gone.
Yeah. So we're sad to say Ethan he pulled a JPP and he got a finger cut off.
But it got reattached. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He said he'll be back next week.
He promised us. So if you see a man on the street with with 9 fingers and he looks like Ethan, then
and if you know what Ethan looks like,
follow us on Instagram. There's a picture of him on there
somewhere.
Yep. That's good. All right.
Oh, but we're forgetting one thing from lawnmower racing.
What are we forgetting?
Lawnmower racing down under.
What?
Starting in Harriettville, Victoria, which is in Australia.
All right.
In 1978,
5
men challenged each other to race around the local hills in the area after an alcohol-related argument.
Those are always the best.
They ended up racing and seeing who won, and
who won?
It doesn't say.
Damn.
It doesn't have any names for the men that got in their drunken.
It was in Australia,
race.
right?
Yeah.
What's a really Australian name?
Steve Irwin.
A more live Australian name.
Bindi Irwin.
Wow. Way to keep with that family.
Bindi's
Jack
hot.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
I heard it was Jack Kangaroo who won.
Hey Bindi, if you're listening, you should come to the States and hang out with us. Bindi Irwin.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin's daughter. Bindi the Jungle Girl.
She works with animals.
Okay.
But
yeah, so she could work with you, Ben.
I think that's our sign to move on from this lovely subject of lawnmower racing.
Yes.
Bindi the Jungle
We should
Girl.
have a lawnmower racing sometime.
My grandpa has. Oh wait, never mind. He sold.
If
his
you'd like to
lawnmower.
sponsor us and buy us some riding lawnmowers to race.
Duncan, you use a self-propel lawnmower, and I'll run, and we'll race.
You'd win.
No, don't.
What? But this week we're gonna talk about those punters, like you said.
All right. So
All
Pat McAfee, if he were to come back into the league right now, he'd be number 1.
Pat McAfee.
He'd be number 1. But the actual number 1 is Johnny Hecker.
Johnny Hecker.
Unanimously.
Yeah, you can't really argue at this point. He should have been Super Bowl MVP.
Right?
Uh,
He really was the best. That Super Bowl was a dumpster fire.
It really wasn't. It was actually not a bad game.
He's a Patriots fan.
But I'm upset because he holds the record for longest punt in the Super Bowl by 1 yard after somebody lower on this list because somebody decided to put him as a 4.
I wonder who that could be. But yeah, Johnny Hekker is obviously number one. He's the best punter in the league right now. Next, we probably have Michael Dixon and Marquette King. Obviously, Marquette King, he's the coolest punter there is. He used to be on the Raiders. Still was cool as a Raider, though. Not many people can say that.
Wow. Okay.
He's on the Broncos. Got hurt. Got cut. He's still the best, though. And then Michael Dixon. He is actually the Australian rugby player from Australia. He's on the Seahawks. Exactly.
Wait, Australian rugby player from Australia.
Yeah.
Weird how that works.
He's on the Seahawks. Right? He does drop kicks.
But have you ever heard of Thomas Morstead?
Thomas Morstead? I have not. Can you inform us?
He's probably one of the best punters in the league right now.
Yeah. You and I both thought he was deserving of the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
But somebody named that name starts with a D and ends with an Unkin.
Dan Unkin?
Yeah. Tim Duncan?
No, that doesn't start with a D. Or is the D silent?
It's a
silent.
D-A-T-I-M.
He's a great punter. He's probably next up on our list.
Thomas Morstead.
Then we have Britton Colquitt.
Yep.
We really have the Colquitt
brothers.
Yeah.
Britton
and then Riley Dixon, former Bronco.
These are all these punters are former Broncos.
Well, Broncos go through punters, you know?
Why? It can't be the...
They go through punters like the Browns used to go through quarterbacks.
Oof.
But
too soon.
Chris Jones, they'll be good this year, I promise.
Okay.
Chris Jones, then Andy Lee will be next on our list.
Yep, and then Brett Kern, Titans punter.
And then Sam Coach.
Cook.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's actually Cook. It looks like...
Rigoberto Sanchez.
Oh, Rigoberto Sanchez would be before Cook, Lee, and...
This is why we should have ranked him like we always do and averaged them out.
Yeah, normally you do it, Ben.
No, I don't. Duncan always does it.
I thought you usually do it.
No, Duncan always does it.
Duncan was busy this week.
But then, right about this time, we'd probably have Ryan Allen, who held the record for longest punt in the Super Bowl until this last Super Bowl after being beat by a yard with a 60-yard punt by Johnny Hekker instead of his 59-yard punt.
When we also have people like Michael Paldery, J.K. Scott, Matt Bosher.
Yeah. And Sam Martin.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot of average punters we have on here. Pat O'Donnell, Logan Cook, Cameron Johnston,
Lachlan Edwards,
Donnie Jones, and
Jordan Berry actually should be up higher than all of them because
he should be in that same J.K. Scott, that whole group.
Yeah. And then we have kind of our trash tier punters.
That still are punters.
Yeah, see, the thing with punters is most teams, if they work, they work. If they don't work, they move on.
Yeah, they're kind of very interchangeable.
Yeah, and there's always a constant rotation of punters. There's punters that are like, one guy's put on like 9 different teams in the last 5 seasons. Because like, they constantly, an injury happens or somebody has a bad day and they're constantly rotating these guys.
Or they just don't want to pay him after being good for so long. But these guys, I think they're all fairly new, so they could, improve their career as they go on. But they could also just end up in the free agency dumpster. You never know. But Corey Bojorquez,
I love it.
from the Bills, he's on this list.
Colby Wadman from the Broncos. Another Bronco punter we got on this list.
And then Johnny Townsend.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where he's from.
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders.
Nobody likes the Raiders, let me tell you. That's why Marquette King moved to the better AFC West team.
No, the Raiders just didn't want to pay him.
Shh. He moved to the better team.
Wait,
The Raiders were trying to make sure...
Isn't the Chiefs in that division, though? You said the better team.
The Broncos.
Okay.
Broncos beat the Chiefs one of the 2 times.
Okay, but the Chargers
50-50.
are still in that league.
Who has more
the Chargers are also there. Yeah.
Who has more Super Bowls, the Chiefs or the Broncos?
Probably the Broncos.
The Broncos.
But we're talking about right now.
Who has the greater quarterbacks of all time, the Chiefs or the Broncos? The Broncos.
Joe Montana played on the Chiefs.
Yeah, to go.
Was he good on the Chiefs, though?
Probably.
Yeah, he actually had a decent season.
Was he better than Peyton Manning on the Chiefs?
Peyton Manning was never on the Chiefs.
He was on the Broncos and the Colts. What about John Elway?
Actually, Joe Montana's season on the Chiefs is way better than Peyton Manning's last season with the Broncos.
We don't talk about his last season, guys.
But that was Joe Montana's last season, so if you're going to compare...
Oh.
Yeah, but you know who you guys never had?
Who?
The greatest quarterback of all time. Tim Tebow.
No Tom Brady.
Tim Tebow.
No Tom Brady.
Tim Tebow.
I think the Niners...
And the Patriots had Tim Tebow.
They did because they know what a good quarterback is.
They cut him right away. And then he went to the Jets.
Yeah, Bill Belichick. I read his book, actually. One of the few books of that kind that I read. But,
I think
Wait. Whose book did you read?
Tim Tebow's.
Oh.
Shaken or something like that.
That was like...
But he was actually gonna do an ad for Nike and get paid like a ton of money, and then your best buddy, Bill Belichick, was like, no, don't do that. And then they cut him like a week after the deadline to agree to do it. So that's why the Patriots are a bad team.
Fair enough.
Well, they keep winning Super Bowls, so...
You are not wrong.
They're part of... They're like actually like 20% of the NFL's revenue right now.
Mm-hmm. So which team do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
This year? Saints, maybe.
Saints, I like it.
I could see Chargers maybe if they push. I want them to win.
I don't like it all that much, but the Chargers, if I have to choose a team, not the Broncos in the AFC, I want it to be the Chargers.
I almost
or the
think
Browns.
the Patriots could still have a chance. Patriots really haven't lost much from last year.
Yeah, but
they did lose Trey Flowers, but they replaced him with Michael Bennett.
Oof, I like Michael Bennett.
Yeah, Michael Bennett's good.
Wow. Who's going to be the worst team? Madden has it being the Dolphins.
It's not going to be the Dolphins.
Bucks, Raiders,
Titans?
No. I'm feeling the Bucks.
I'm feeling the Jags.
The Jags.
The reason why I'm feeling the Jags is because they're going to act like the Bears post Super Bowl, where they don't do anything but rely on a okay defense, and it's not going to work for them.
I feel like the reason why I picked the Bucks is the Jags. I think the team was going for them. Jags, you got a couple solid corners there. You got a couple good defensive pieces. Bucks, I can name one good thing going for them.
Mike Evans.
Without James Winston, he's nothing. Like he could be a production number one. He could produce as a number one wide receiver, but their offense, nothing about their offense, I think is gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a dumpster fire. The Bucks are gonna be the worst team. There's nothing good about them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strong opinions.
I don't think that the Raiders should be considered in the running for worst team because although it's janky, I think they actually have a foundation on both offense and defense that will do something. So I think they're gonna end up middle of the pack.
Yeah, but I feel like if they end up 3-13, I wouldn't bat an eye. I'd be like, oh dang, Raiders didn't do very well.
I would be very happy with that. Those 3 victories can be against the Chiefs and the Chargers.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
I think the Raiders are going to go 6-10.
6-10. What do you have the Broncos going at?
6-10.
5-11.
Whoa.
We're thinking the same range. You know,
I think the Broncos are going to be worse than the Raiders. Is also the other thing.
I do not. I think the Broncos,
The
are going to
Broncos
go.
have two pieces on both sides of the ball.
Joe Flacco. They got Phil.
So
Lindsay.
-1 pieces.
I do
on
like Joe
offense.
Flacco. That's really good.
I don't think Joe Flacco.
They got
is good,
Phil
though.
Broncos
Lindsay.
are going to be better than Raiders, but only barely. Broncos win 6, Raiders win 5.
The Broncos have a defense.
They have
Bradley
two
Chubb,
players.
Von Miller,
They have two players. They
Chris
have Von
Harris
Miller and
Jr..
Chris Harris Jr. That's it.
Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb's not that great.
Better than 90% of the Raiders.
That's the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to be better than the
The
Raiders.
thing with the Raiders is they have actually good pieces, but they didn't produce last year because why the fuck would they try when they could, tank for better draft picks? You gotta realize they are in charge. The guy in charge of them right now is a man that is absolutely insane.
Well, I'm not going to argue there.
He is insane.
John
That's not
Gruden
a
is
good
a
thing.
maniac.
I
So
like it.
he's gonna add tanking into the NFL, and that's what he did. So that way he could do some janky draft picks. But I think the Raiders will be better than Broncos.
Oof. Well, I think that the Miami Dolphins will be better than the Patriots.
All right.
That's
Dolphins win 11, win the division.
Realistically,
This is our official SighSquad Pod prediction.
Patriots are gonna win 12.
Realistically, the best team that has a chance is probably the Jets.
I like the Jets. In that division,
The
yeah.
Jets is so like this though.
I can see the Bills
Yeah,
being one of the worst teams. I
I mean,
can see the Bills scraping the barrel.
Yeah. They didn't really get much upside this offseason.
No one didn't.
Rip the Bills.
So, in your division, Ben, the NFC North.
It's going to come down to the final week, and it's going to be Packers by a hair, Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions.
I think it's gonna be Bears, Vikings, Packers, Lions.
I agree with Brendan there.
Why the Vikings over the Packers?
Unfortunately,
They have more pieces.
actually,
On
wait.
which side of the ball?
It depends
The
on
offense.
Dalvin Cook.
All right.
Okay, like if we have a healthy Dalvin Cook and he produces the way he did his rookie season before the injury,
So he says Packers win because Dalvin Cook's not going to be healthy.
if he's not going to be healthy, it's going to be Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions.
I think it's going to come. No matter what, it's going to come down to those last couple games.
I don't think so, Ben. I think the Packers are going to have random division wins, like like the NFC North wins.
Yeah.
But then once they go out of the division, they're going to just get their asses handed to them.
We're not playing any hard divisions here.
It doesn't matter. Like, the problem is the Packers have stupid luck when it comes to in-division games. Like, against the Bears, against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to steamroll over the Lions, realistically.
Lions are going to worst division. I can all agree with that.
But Lions are still going to be better than the Broncos.
What? No,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah. Yeah.
Lions win 6 or 7.
I think they might go... There's a chance they go... I think they go 7, 8-1.
I can see it.
They're going to have a tie.
We need more ties in the NFL.
There was so many ties last year.
I know,
do not
we need
need
more.
more
We
ties.
don't need more
I
ties.
enjoyed those ties so much. It messed up so many things.
The Browns have like 2 ties.
Exactly, because the Browns, they're just the greatest, you know?
Oh, but that's another thing. The AFC North.
That is the most shaky division you can...
I think this is the year the Browns take it.
So,
Oh, for sure.
Because the Ravens, their defense just took a big hit, and that's been their...
But they got Earl Thomas.
They didn't really lose anything.
They kind of
C-
did, though.
CJ
They lost
Mosley.
C.J. Mosley.
But they got Earl Thomas. So, I mean...
But their front seven was super good, but now it's not.
Well, they lost Darius Smith,
Yep.
C.J. Mosley, and Eric Weddle were the big 3 they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Weddle's replaced Earl Thomas, which I think they'll balance out. I don't know who the replacement for C.J. Mosley.
I personally think Eric Weddle is way better than Earl Thomas.
I think...
And especially, I think that Earl Thomas is getting overpaid. I do not think he deserves the money he's making.
Really?
No.
I don't either,
I think it's going to be close between the Ravens and the Browns.
Yeah.
But I think the Browns take it.
Again, I think it can come down. I think that division could.
The Ravens also like to always be in second place, though, in that division.
That division has always come down to those last couple games.
The Ravens are always a part of it.
Yeah, it's always either Ravens Steelers. It's been Ravens Steelers, but
yeah, but
well, if you actually look at the Steelers this year, they don't have Bell and they don't have Brown. But they have James Conner and they have Juju. They have a younger.
They have younger, but
they still
the
have
Steelers have not looked like a threatening team in the past 2 years.
I think the Steelers are that thing, are a good team, and then it just slowly crumbling it, and you're trying to tape it together.
They have a really good first. They have a really good first 6 games, and then it's all downhill from there. And I'm not saying they don't win any games after 6, but the first 6, they
shaky.
go 4-2,
yeah,
or even 5-1. But then after that, they just tank. Is what happened last year, and the year before that kind of happened, but not as aggressively.
Another
AFC South.
So I think that will probably easily be the Texans.
I think the Texans win it.
I think the Colts.
Ooh, the Colts over the Texans?
Because the way the Colts have been playing, they've taken these young, very athletic guys, and they've been just teaching them more and more fundamental, the football side of things, less the just athletic portion of things, and they've been they've been on the up and up.
It depends on Deshaun Watson. If he goes down all this season, Colts
that's
goes
true.
rocket.
That's true.
But I think if Deshaun Watson has a really good season and then D-Hop does good and they can patch together a run game, I think that it's going to be a good division.
My biggest concern with the Texans especially, I would not have any qualms if the Texans won. I think it is going to go down to those 2 teams.
Yeah.
But biggest concern with the Texans is their secondary. Because they don't have Honey Badger anymore. They don't have a couple of their corners that they've had the past few years. Not that they were that great, but they did stuff.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just worried you're going to be able to throw over them.
Maybe.
That front 7 is going to be a problem. So quarterbacks are going to be on clocks. I mean, when you have J.J. Watt and freaking Jadeveon Clowney rushing you,
yeah, you kind of just
you 1, 2, 3 throw, which might be they might be able to shake up by using some of their younger guys that they have been making moves for recently.
Yeah,
just for straight speed with it all. Because if the quarterback's moving fast and you just have players that can move fast, the rest of it will kind of fall into place. I definitely agree with your statement on Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson has been a key factor in that offense, and I think Deshaun Watson is going to be one of the quarterbacks of the future here. We're going to see him right there with Patrick Mahomes and who's the other really young guy that's doing it? Maybe Carson Wentz if he can bounce back. Baker, yep.
Baker, you're gonna be the GOAT. You watch MVP this season.
No.
Anyways,
Browns win 7 or 8 though.
I think the Browns can win 10.
What about
I'm gonna say with 10.
Eagles, Cowboys? Eagles.
I think if Carson Wentz can stay healthy the entire season, I don't think the Cowboys can hold up to him. I think the Cowboys keep losing things, and it's pass rusher here, wide receiver here, O lineman here. It's
and Dak Prescott hasn't been the
guy they need.
He hasn't been the elite passer like he was his first season, I mean.
Yeah, I think the Eagles still, they really haven't lost much. I think they still have a fairly solid team all around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they've even gained a couple. They had Sean Jackson.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, the Eagles gotten a little bit better. So again, Eagles are going to play our team. I see that. I think they'll beat the Cowboys. I think they win that division easily. Giants and Redskins. Giants win
they're not even
4 maybe. Giants might be one of those teams that are in contention for the worst team in the NFL.
I don't think so, just because we saw things
We saw Saquon.
Yeah.
Basically.
They're gonna be like the next
Is it gonna be
early 2000? I think we're gonna see the next upcoming of like the later 2000s Vikings, where they just kind of put everything on the back of Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just gonna put everything on the back of
Saquon.
I think that.
Just to knock off wins from people.
I think their O-line sucks, their receiving core sucks, their quarterback sucks. Their tight ends, I think Evan Ingram was pretty solid. But,
very true.
And then I don't think there's a defensive position where I can confidently say that they're a good end. If somebody can come up with one, please tell me.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, that was the Redskins.
What else do we have? The NFC West. That's the Seahawks, the Rams. The Rams obviously taking them. 49ers, and then the Cardinals.
The Rams somehow dodged, like, the cap hits they were taking because of a couple key, just a couple of key moves.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rams take a division on them.
Yeah, I think Rams are still going to be a threat in the playoffs. Although, I think realistically, I think the Saints are going to take the conference.
Oh, I think so, too.
I can see it.
I don't think there's a way they don't.
Unless the Eagles ball hard and the Rams ball hard, I think.
I don't think the Eagles have enough there, and I think even from what we saw of Carson Wentz, he wasn't there for the postseason.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, but I think the Saints easily are gonna just walk up the.
Yeah, they're gonna get the first round bye. They're gonna. Yeah. Is that everybody? Everybody important?
If we miss the division, your division sucks.
We kind of didn't talk about the NFC South.
Well, that's because it's obviously the Saints.
And the AFC East is obviously the Jets.
Yeah,
no, it's
Jets.
Jets. Go Jets.
We did talk about the AFC East.
That's obvious. AFC North talking about. Yeah, I think it's everything. Jets.
We really like the Jets right now.
We love the Jets. Jets is our favorite AFC team at the SighSquad Pod.
No, it's not.
No.
Patriots is.
What?
The Broncos.
Only one person likes the Broncos, only one person likes the Patriots. We all like the Jets.
I don't like the Jets.
I like the Browns. Do you like the Browns?
I like the Browns.
No, not as much as the Jets. I like the Jets more, though.
But wait, I like the Texans.
I like the Texans. I guess the Texans won it.
Texans is the AFC team.
Realistically.
I feel like there's so many people on the Texans that deserve a ring, but I feel like the Texans aren't going to get there.
Yeah.
I feel like JJ Watt is actually sadly coming closer to the end of his career.
Just with all his injuries and everything.
Well, he had the back injury, and that's the big thing.
He had a solid season last year.
No, he did. But I feel like the pain is just going to start getting to him. So have you guys both been on the same?
Yes. Fantasy drafting.
I was going to ask if you guys wanted to do one with me.
You were in the bathroom for a while, and we started it.
Yeah. So far, I have Alvin Kamara and DeAndre Hopkins. If you'd like to join us in a draft, tweet us, let us know.
How much money you got left, though?
$43.
See, I have $44, but I have 3 players. I have David Johnson, Aaron Jones, and Devontae Adams.
I just have D. Hops and Kamara.
Oof.
Yeah.
He has $1 more than you and one more player.
Yeah, it's rough. I overbid on Kamara. I bid 91 on him.
Oof.
63 on D. Hops. I got the best running back, best receiver. So, I mean...
Yeah, but the rest seems to be garbage.
That's okay,
I overpaid for David Johnson.
What are you going to do on those bye weeks?
Lose.
Just kind of chill,
Just cry a little bit.
It's only 2 weeks. We'll take the L.
Fantasy top tip 101. Draft running backs early because you're going to be able to find a solid wide receiver late than a solid running back.
Well, especially if you look at the recent professional mock drafts, you have Keenan Allen dropping to the 30s.
Yeah, because you get one starter for every running back on your team. Every team has 3 starting wide receivers on the field, pretty much 24/7.
Yeah.
You have a lot higher chance, and then you have a lot of guys who you get guys you find guys like Mohamed Sanu the 12th round. He's gonna get you 10 points a game.
And then that one random game where he does 20 and it's a big talk. Yeah.
Is he going to be a good starter? No. Is he an okay fill-in? Yes. It's better than nothing.
But there's also, like, some running backs that will just drop because nobody cares about him. That
This is
really
a 14-team mock draft, though?
Oh, never mind.
No.
That's not happening.
No. If everybody drafts 3 running backs, that's more running backs than their starters. So you'd be like, this third string might get a touch this game.
I don't know, but you have those
Can
dual
you draft
threats.
Taysom Hill as a running back?
I don't know. You might have better luck than drafting a
You should see if you can get Taysom
third
Hill
rounder.
done.
That was my quarterback.
But
I'm going to try to get our running back.
we should probably move on to our final segment of every week, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. So our Mount Rushmore this week is top fantasy. We're talking about fantasy football. We're getting in the mood for it. Preseason starting. Top fantasy football players of all time. So players that have always been the best at fantasy football.
So I'll start out here. We got the greatest quarterback of all time that does not have 6 Super Bowl rings. We got Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
We have Jamal Charles, former Bronco. We don't talk about his days when he actually was good on the other team that he was on. And the reason I put Jamal Charles is he actually had the second most points all time.
But that was on the
in a
team you
fantasy
don't
game.
want to talk about.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that team. Next, I got Pat McAfee, because any team Pat McAfee's on, anytime Pat McAfee is for anything, he's going to be the best. He was the best punter in the league back in 2013. He is still the best punter in the league, even though he isn't in the league. I think we kind of covered that earlier, him being the best punter. But he has more touchdowns, right? He has more rushing yards.
Well,
than any of us sitting here right now.
Okay, I was going to say, if you're going to say then punters, you have to be careful because back in the day,
we're not talking
a lot of quarterbacks were also punters.
That still happens today. They just don't.
A lot of
stop.
Former quarterbacks become punters.
You're right.
But you don't have Joe Flacco out there kicking punts for you.
Man, that would be so cool.
That'd be awesome.
I'm for that.
I'd watch that.
I mean, Tom Brady's king of the pooch punt, so.
We don't like Tom Brady.
Nobody likes Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady likes Tom Brady, but
I like Tom Brady.
Well,
2 people like Tom Brady.
There's a lot more than 2.
Every drunk person in New England likes Tom Brady.
So every person in New England.
Yeah.
There's no difference. How old are you, kid? 8? All right, you're gonna be a drunk Tom Brady fan.
Wow.
Is my turn next?
This is really going downhill. But my last guy was LT LaDainian Thompson.
Yeah. So for my list, I also put LaDainian Thompson, arguably one of the best fantasy football players of all time. The great averages throughout his career. I also put Peyton Manning on my list.
I like it.
One of my personal favorites, Marshall Faulk. I put him on. He had a great stretch there, early 2000s. Right when fantasy football was really big.
Yeah.
Obviously, the greatest show on turf. That whole Rams team was fantastic. But Marshall Faulk, the dual receiving and running threat, all those points. And then I had the GOAT, Jerry Rice, the best wide receiver of all time. Fantastic throughout his career. On whatever team he played, you really can't argue another wide receiver greater than him. Don't at me, Randy Moss fans.
I was going to say
don't at me, Randy
Moss.
Randy Moss can kind of compete.
Nope.
Because they both were shit on the Raiders.
Well, if you go to the Raiders, that's where your career dies.
They also had the same number on the Raiders, fun fact.
Oh, yeah? What number was that?
84?
No.
A bad number. Anyways.
No, they were both 18.
Hey, Cordell Patterson was also 84
on
the Raiders.
Never mind. Randy Moss was 18. Jerry Rice was 80 still.
All right.
He's losing his mind, guys.
I am. Oh, wait, is it my turn? Or did you have one more, Ben?
No.
No.
Rice, LaDainian Thompson, Faulk, Manning.
Oh, okay. So, my turn now. TB12, don't at me.
I'm going to at you so hard. He's not even very
Emmitt Smith.
good. I can see it.
I cannot deny LT whatsoever.
The God.
Guess he made Mount Rushmore.
I'm going to hit you with a surprise, though.
Yeah.
Brandon McManus.
Brandon McManus, Broncos kicker, guys.
During the Peyton Manning era, because for some reason he was always very consistently good in fantasy.
He's always been that consistent kicker. I don't know about fantasy-wise. I always draft him in fantasy football, but that's for other reasons. But he's always kind of just, consistent. He's a good guy to have. He's not...
I could also argue Steven Gostkowski, but there was the one year where he actually was just garbage.
Yeah. And they almost cut him.
Yep.
Why not Cody Parkley?
Why not Adam Vinatieri?
He's from South Dakota.
And he's one of the greatest kicker, if not the greatest kicker of all time.
Hey, Adam Vinatieri, if you come on this podcast, you'll be the greatest kicker of all time.
Only if he comes on the podcast?
He's the greatest kicker of all time.
Wow.
And he played for the Colts, and so did Pat McAfee.
Hey, you find a way to connect
together.
At one point in time, the Colts had the best punter and the best kicker of all time.
And the best quarterback. Think about it.
Do you remember
Like I had Peyton Manning, Pat McAfee.
Not to mention all the other great players they have on there.
They also had Marvin Harrison.
Didn't they have a really good running back for?
T.Y. Hilton they have right now.
They did have Marshall Faulk, but it wasn't during that era.
It was Marshall. They had Marshall Faulk for a little bit. He was a great running back.
Colts really are
Colts had some solid players.
Yeah.
I can't name more, but I know there's more really solid. So on defense too, really solid.
Yeah.
Players.
Wow. We're loving the Colts tonight.
I guess we are.
I don't normally like the Colts. This is weird. I guess I just got over the fact that Peyton Manning was on the Colts because his last year in Denver was so laughable.
Because he
was really good on the Colts. You can't argue he wasn't good on the Colts.
No, he was. He was worth the second pick in the.
Yeah.
He was worth the first, but Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf. What a great quarterback.
Do you know what he does nowadays?
What does he do? He work at McDonald's like I do?
No.
Is he a realtor? A lot of them become realtors.
Yeah, I've noticed that actually.
I think he actually became an agent. I'm not sure. I thought I heard he became a sports agent.
Somebody was going to become a agent. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Random football player.
Oh, do you know what we should do for Mount Rushmore soon?
What should we do?
Sports announcers.
We are
coming up next week on the SighSquad podcast.
So let's wrap it up then. We're done.
Sports announcers.
We done, everybody?
As usual, Keys.
I'm Duncan.
I'm Ben.
Wait, guys, did you see where I left my pants?
We'll see you next week on the SighSquad podcast.